Hey everybody, it's Derek, aka Mr. Shred with Masters of Shred, your #1 source for all your daily Shredtacular content. We are here at Winter Namm 2020, and we're going to bring you a very special Greek-inspired version of Talking Shred, which is brought to you by the innovators of wah, Morley, the icons of guitars, Jackson, and this guy right here, well, he's no stranger to either of those brands, nor is he a stranger to Masters of Shred. You've seen him touring the world with the power metal band known as Firewind, and he is a part of the elite group of, how do they call it? I believe it's Ozzy's Hitman. Give it up for the Greek Shred Lord that I will be introducing tomorrow night at the House of Blues, the mighty Gus G.
Clap, 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 everybody. Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Good
Get
to
meet you in the
finally,
flesh.
yeah, good to meet you finally.
A longtime supporter of MOS.
Yes, yes, you have been, and thank you very much for that. I've enjoyed your Instagram page a lot. I'm glad that you are supporting a lot of the 80s shredders and a lot of the players that I grew up listening to, and yeah,
Keep going.
I connect.
Keep
No,
going.
I connected right away with that, man. So
Thank
yeah,
you, man. I
it's cool,
appreciate it.
yeah.
He always wears our shirts, always tagging us. It means a lot.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna hop into it. We're at NAMM 2020, and you
Yep.
haven't been here, from what I know, for 3 years.
3 years.
You've been on the road, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So now you're back, and you got some new gear. Before we go into that, though,
Yeah.
I think that NAMM is like kind of WrestleMania. If you're a wrestling fan, you always have a WrestleMania moment. You had to have some NAMM moments that are the most fondest in your mind. You know, that just come up to where either you played with someone who inspired you a lot, or maybe your first demo out here. Is there any moments, fond NAMM memories that come to mind?
Well, I remember actually the very first time that I came here. I think it was 2007, and you know, it was like my mind was blown from the whole thing. Like I couldn't really comprehend what this thing was and how many musicians were here and all. It was like gear heaven, and you know, the first time you come here is like probably the most exciting one. And then I don't know. I've had a lot of great moments. I don't know. I've had a pretty cool NAMM moment last night. Actually, I was attending the Metal Hall of Fame, and then I was hanging out at the back, the very back of the venue, and then this guy turns around. He was sitting on a table. Turns around. He must have been drunk out of his mind, and he looks at me and goes, "You look like the Dark Lord from Harry Potter." I'm like, okay. Is that a compliment? He's like, yes. Okay.
Best NAMM moment right there.
Yes.
That's it.
I lived it last night.
That was actually Stephen Pierce who was getting inducted too, right, with Steve Vai?
Yes, yes.
So
Steve Vai and Satriani and Graham Bonnet and Jeff Tate. Yeah.
Was that a good show?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't stick around for the whole thing, but yeah.
I heard it's gonna be on Amazon Prime. Apparently, they were filming it.
Oh yeah.
So
Really?
everyone's gonna be on TV, and no one's gonna get any, profit percentage cuts on that at all. So
Hey, what are you gonna do?
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So going into it, you're here though for Jackson for a couple different reasons, because you got
Yeah.
2 new guitars.
2.
Not one. And I don't think anybody's ever seen this one before. I've seen on an Instagram video you playing it, but now it's going to be a signature model.
It is. Yeah.
What is this? Tell us about it.
It's what I call the 1986 guitar, because it looks very 1986. It looks like it came out of that year, that era. I don't know. It's everybody was like, we had like a private preview yesterday over at the Jackson booth, and I did some press for the guitars, and everybody was there, and they were asking me, like, they couldn't really believe why I'm playing a Stratocaster, and they're like, what happened to you? I'm like, I grew up on a Stratocaster. That was my first guitar. My very first guitar was a Fender, what was it called? A classic Floyd Rose Sirius. They were not very popular, like a early 90s, like a sunburst color. It was, remember those Richie Sambora models in the 90s?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, with a Floyd, a humbucker, and two single coils. And that was my first electric guitar, and I still have it to that day. And I've recorded the first couple of Firewind albums, Dream Evil stuff, and I just wanted to go back into playing a Strat. I've been playing the star shape for forever, and I thought it would be cool to just add another shape to the arsenal, and yeah, Jackson made it happen. So this neck is spec'd out to very close to that guitar that I had. It's my first guitar, I mean, that one had a rosewood fretboard, but this one has a maple neck. But anyways, yeah, a lot of cool, interesting features about this. Obviously, you know, the reverse headstock, candy apple red color.
It reminds me of somebody's. I keep my finger on
Who?
it. I don't know, some guy from Memphis. He said, you know, play mean guitar.
Yeah,
I can't remember it though. Probably the J or something, Jackson guy or something.
Yeah.
But I think yours looks better though.
Well,
And it has reverse headstock, which just
Thank
it's
you.
much nicer to me.
But it is, I mean,
And the pickups are something that no one's ever actually heard of or seen, right? This is the first on this guitar.
yeah.
Tell us
it's the
about
first.
that.
Yeah, it's my new pickup company. I started my own pickups recently, and this is the first. I mean, the very first projects that I did are living right here on this guitar. And the other model, it's came up with two new pickup designs. This is a passive model and an active model, and yeah, I got in touch with Jackson. I said, look, if we're gonna do these new guitars, how about, you know, trying this out? And they were cool enough to let me do that. So here it is. You know, this model is called the Titan, and the active pickup set is called Proteus. And yeah, my new pickup brand is called Blackfire Pickups.
Blackfire.
And right now they're just exclusively for these guitars. But we're looking into expanding that later on, hopefully this year, and making them available for people that are interested in buying them and placing them on their
put them in
guitars. Yeah.
And I can vouch, I played this guitar before we started filming, and these pickups are extremely hot, nice warmth though, and it got some nice bite, which you'll all hear when he starts tearing it up with this thing. So
Yeah, they're pretty crunchy, and it's pretty hot pickup for passive, you know. And
yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're always using active, you know. So
Yeah, for many
passive
years.
now, so.
I mean, I used to, in the earlier days of Firewind, I used to play. I was like a JB Duncan distortion kind of guy. So I've done a few albums with passive pickups, and then after I joined Ozzy, I switched to active. And I kind of like stuck with
You
that.
go to active because you felt like maybe Zach had actives. Maybe I should go to get more of that sound of Ozzy. Yes,
No, it wasn't because of that. It was because I think it came out of an insecurity of mine, because in Firewind we were two guitar players, and all of a sudden I joined the band where it was just gonna be me, and maybe it was some sort of like insecurity that, okay, I need some like thicker tone maybe to. I don't know. I'd probably.
More is more kind of deal. Get the
Yeah,
active,
that kind of a
extra
thing.
boost
I don't know.
juicer.
And I was just trying. And also at that time, everybody was just giving me a lot of stuff to try out, and I tried that model called Blackouts by Seymour Duncan, and I really liked it. And I did the record with it, and I just kind of got stuck with that. And later on, we developed a model out of that, my personal voicing, you know, model out of those Blackouts. You know, but and you know, that has been kind of like my secret weapon of my tone for years, because by playing a high output pickup like that, I kind of got rid of the booster and overdrive pedals out of my pedal board and just plug in straight to the amp and play. I just wanted to simplify things.
Right.
But now I thought it was an opportunity to kind of like go back and dig into the passive pickups again. Why not, since I have a new model?
Right. And there'll be two of these. You're going to have one which would be a USA one, and one at a more cost-effective level.
Yeah, this is the import model, yeah.
Which plays really good.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, that's the thing now. Nowadays, the import models, the level is so high, like the guitars that are made in China or Indonesia and stuff. Those, you know, the pre-affordable models, they're pretty damn good for their money.
I think everything Jackson, EVH, and Charvel are putting out now, it's really hard to compete. You're getting so much bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Guitar like this. And I don't notice, you don't have any kill switches on this guitar. And I heard there was a story where you kind of threw them away.
Yeah.
At a point, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, dude. Like, I wanted to do that. I had that on one of my models back then when I was playing ESP, and I had this kill switch, and oh, fuck, what an embarrassing moment that was. We were on tour somewhere in Scandinavia, and we went on stage, you know, count off to Bark at the Moon, and then, like, no sound. Like nothing, like first note, man. It's like,
which is the opening song of that tour,
the opening
right?
song, yeah.
I remember I saw it on
so
that
I'm
tour.
like, oh, that's it. I'm fired, you know. So he's probably gonna kill me after this. So my guitar tech is like, what the hell's going on? I'm plugging everything on the pedal board, like the wireless Let's Go cable, like still no sound, nothing. And then all of a sudden, I accidentally just hit the kill switch, and then sound is back on. Okay, let's start again.
And afterwards, get this out of the guitar for
Yeah,
me,
exactly.
right?
Total Spinal Tap moment. But yeah, after that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this kill switch stuff.
I don't want that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, dude. That's and you got your other guitar, which your Star is back, but now you kind of gave it a polished, kind of a Les Paul classic, nasty feel to it. It's really good. You got the gold covered pickups now, which are
Very
yours.
vintagey look.
Vintage, right?
Yeah.
Right. Binding on, you know.
With the block inlays, which reminds a little bit of the Gibson,
Yes.
you know, instead of what did we have before, like shark fin inlays,
Right.
obviously. But we got that. Yeah, the white binding, and it's like this cream color or
We'll
whatever.
show it on here too. I'll do pop-ups,
Cool,
so we'll show
cool.
all these guitars so you guys can see.
It's called vintage white. I guess the official name for that color is vintage
Kind of
white.
like a yellowed white, right?
Yeah.
It
So
looks good. You also have two versions of that, which is the JF, three versions.
we have three versions. We have like the
US.
we have two import models.
Right.
One is like the really more affordable, like
The X, right? And then the JS comes after.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, but the more affordable one is a bolt-on neck, and then you go to the neck through level guitar. So, and it's different fretboards as well, different woods. I think, I mean, the guitar has Paul Ferro fretboard. Now we switched from rosewood to Paul Ferro.
Okay. I know that the bodies differ. You have like one's popular, one's I think was mahogany. Then you got one that's.
I have I think that's all
wood
alder.
changes.
Alder.
They're all
I think
alder?
yeah.
I think the lower model X type was maybe a little different.
Maybe I don't remember off the top of my head now.
All
so.
great axes though.
Yeah, they all sound good.
Question though, do you think it'd be possible for, I don't know, like maybe Jazz could donate one to Masters of Shred? You know, so
I think it could be possible. Why not?
you know, I just hold on to it and look at it, hang it on the wall, play a little bit for myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I'll
it.
see what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that?
If I had a, if I had,
happening.
what did it say? If I had a nickel for every guy that asked me, hey, can I have a guitar pick? Or hey, give me one of your guitars. I get that a lot. Like, hey, you have so many guitars, motherfucker. Give us one.
People
Like,
think they're entitled if you have too many.
Yeah.
We got to give some away. I mean, right?
yeah.
It's a charity for that. Come on.
Why not?
No, I understand. Now, also away from the guitars, you're a longtime Worley user, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Many
you
years.
you use a Maverick.
I do. I used to play the Bad Horsey, and then I switched to the Maverick pedal. Yeah.
This is smaller, right? Is
Smaller,
that why?
yeah. If it fits the, you know, I play pretty small pedal boards, and I like everything to be very kind of like compact, and yeah. And when I talked to Bill at Morley, I said, "Do you have anything smaller than the Bad Horse?" He's like, "Yeah, sure. We'll send you a Maverick." And I fell in love with that pedal right away. So it, you know, it's still on my pedal board. Yeah.
And now they're going with all small pedals around the board.
Yeah.
For their 2020 line, so you have that size and compactness with every pedal now.
I think that's fantastic. Yeah.
Maybe you inspired that.
Who knows? Maybe.
Okay, I will tell you, you don't hear a lot of players, modern players today, using wah. You are one of few. I think you and Andy James,
Yeah.
and that younger generation, are killing it with that. Because I think, would you agree, wah-wah is an art. It's not like you just hop on a wah and wank at it.
Yeah.
There's a way to get certain tones and
Yeah.
sounds, and just a certain amount to put it down and come back up.
The master of all that was Michael Schenker. Is Michael Schenker. So,
Yeah.
So if you want to listen, you know, learn about wah playing, listen to a lot of Schenker.
It may inspire some younger players to start using a wah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a good tool to have in the arsenal. You know, for your tone.
I agree. Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
So, always good to have. So, I want to go into something else with you here. When will these guitars be available?
You know what they say? What Namm stands for, right? Not available, maybe may. Okay, that's
Actually pretty true though.
a friend of mine used to say that. But I think it's kind of true. I think, well, we all come to Namm here to showcase and present the new models and
Right.
build them, and then I think it takes a few months until they actually hit stores. Probably April, May. I really haven't been told when they actually hit stores, but I would expect around that time. Yeah, time frame.
Okay, gotcha. No, it does make sense. And you're actually going to be playing the House of Blues with Andy James
Yeah, man.
tomorrow night. I'm hosting.
Yes, you are.
I'm excited.
And thank you for doing that, yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's going to be a complete blast. Holy Grail too, and even Angel Vivaldi is
Angel,
going to step in.
Angel's gonna come up for a song and do a jam with me. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I toured with Angel back in 2016 here in America, and we became really good friends, and it was a great tour. And yeah, and as soon as I heard that he's coming to Namm, I'm like, dude, you gotta come up and jam with us. So yeah.
It's going to be great. He's a struggle artist, which is under the same umbrella as Jackson.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
It makes things pretty nice, you
Yes,
know,
yeah.
pretty easy. And you did a song with Andy James called Waking the
the Dead. Yeah, that was Andy's song, and yeah, I played a couple of
It was
solos.
great.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's a killer track.
You guys play amazingly together. Question for you.
Yeah.
What if Gus G formed a band with Andy James, 2 guitar masters, and now you got the option to say, I'm going to put my ultimate supergroup together. Who's your lead singer?
I don't know. Good question.
Who's your
I'm
drummer?
kind of, you know what? I'm kind of fed up with the singers, man. I'm thinking of going instrumental now in the future. Like,
Full on? Just say you don't.
maybe, yeah. I'm kind of done.
Well, you know what? Yngwie actually could sing. He's got some good blues songs he's putting out.
Yes,
so
and
he
he's
could
got a
get
great
in there.
bluesy voice. Maybe we could ask him.
He could do the singing for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crickets on that one. Actually, we'll avoid that subject. But I want to also talk to you about something else. Your time with Ozzy on this stuff. I went back to your Scream record.
Okay.
I
yeah.
feel like that album. I saw the tour too. When
Oh,
you,
yeah?
When you came out to Florida.
Yeah.
I think it was the BB&T Center, and you opened with "Bark at the Moon."
Yes.
And I said,
No kill switch problems there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the song is called like Life Away.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? We'll correct that. You never saw that. But dude, there were so many songs in that album that I feel didn't get the airplay or attention they should have, and the album could have been.
Because we never played them live. We only
Yeah, you never played them live. You only
Yeah.
did like one from the album, which was
Yeah.
Scream.
Yeah, Scream. Yeah.
Right? And those other songs I think were so marketable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it could go across multiple genres. I was waiting for that to happen,
Yeah.
and I feel like it didn't go like the way. And also, there's a song called "Want It All," right?
Yeah. I want it all.
That breakdown before you go into the guitar solo, just did you compose all that kind of backing tracks there with Ozzy?
No,
too, or they-
I was when I came in. They didn't have. I mean, they had the songs were there and the arrangements. They didn't have solo parts, so my job was to put solo parts or melodies here and there, and kind of like, add that Ozzy element of because you have the riffs there, but in the tradition of Randy or Zach or Jake, they would do all these little fills here and there. So we needed to sort of make it sound as organic as possible with what we had already, because the songs were already made. And
so the riffs were there when you walked in.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you who made the riffs, or just like, okay, here are the riffs, Gus? Now you just
It was
solos
Kevin
over.
Churko, he the producer. I worked with Kevin
Okay.
closely. I was there. We were there for 5 weeks in the studio, and me and him worked closely, and he produced me and stuff, and we came up with all the guitar parts and the solo parts and whatnot.
Looking back, is there anything you would have changed about your time with Ozzy if you had gone back and done it over again? Any element, whether it was brands you were endorsing or live shows, anything a part of there, or any fond memories about that come to mind?
I mean, stuff can always be done better, if you ask me. If you start thinking like that, you can always go back and think like, okay, I could have done that better on that record or in my time with that band. But you can't turn back time. That's a fact. And I want to look at the past as kind of like a photo album of where I was at a specific time. I think about that with my time with Ozzy and with every album that I've ever made, because I had to go through that process to get me where I'm at today. It's just how it is. You
Right.
know? I mean, yeah, could I have done things better? Sure, but when you're there and when you're in a different age, you think differently. And
Other experience. What's your favorite Ozzy album? All time.
I don't know, man. Maybe Diary of a Madman or Diary of a Madman. I like that. I think that was the first album I heard from him solo.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Over the Mountain, the first song. It blew me away. Not what a riff, it's.
Yeah,
And I like The Ultimate Sin a lot too.
that was great.
Yeah, I know he hates it. He doesn't like the sound in it, but
Yeah.
there is some amazing songs on there. Killer of Giants.
Yeah.
Of course, Shot in the Dark, big hit, major hit. Lightning Strikes Again.
Yeah, I don't think Jakey Lee gets enough credit with his time with Ozzy. He's kind of like forgotten about. It's like a cloud of just went away.
You think so?
Well, I mean, acknowledgement of Jakey Lee. It seems like that may be not there as much. At least what I'm understanding with interviews with Jakey Lee's giving, because the credit thing with the Bark at the Moon, all this other stuff, the albums he did. It seems like people.
But
say,
he's also the guy who, after that, I mean, he did Badlands and,
Right,
and then he disappeared
Badlands.
for 20 years. So
That's true.
you have to think of what kind of a fast food kind of world we live in. Like if you're not up in front of everybody's faces the whole time, they forget about you. So to think about a guy like Jake Lee was away for 20 or 25 years, I mean, I think he's still remembered pretty well. And I mean, those songs are still being played in rock clubs and metal clubs around the world, and Bark at the
Right.
Moon and stuff like that. So I think his legacy lives on.
You know whose legacy definitely lives on? That has not been in the media for like
Who?
20 or 30 years? Vito Bratta.
Oh yeah, you're
Vito Bratta.
Are you still looking for him?
We're trying to find him.
Okay.
Apparently.
What's the latest?
I heard he owns a pizza restaurant, and he likes to take care of the yard on Sundays.
Okay.
And you can catch him out there gardening. So
why not, man?
May catch him, you know.
Less stress.
Yeah, I think he still plays though. But rumor is someone scored a really long interview with him, so we're still waiting for that to come out. So I think he's going to come out of the woodwork and play again. And I just want everybody to acknowledge, I'm not going to take credit for this, but I do think that if Masters of Shred wasn't promoting Vito Bratta all the time, I don't know if that whole thing would have happened. Just saying. So
I think so too, man.
I don't know.
You're probably the only guy that I've seen that really wants him back so bad. You know?
Right? A milk carton can only go so far. It's not going to do the job anymore, you know? And someone got him to come out.
Somebody's got to do it.
Exactly right.
Yeah, good for you, man.
So
yeah.
we're going to go into something big here. We do Ask Us G. You promoted that too. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you get any questions?
Yeah,
okay.
we got a lot of good ones. So we're gonna hop into it. The fans ask it. We give them shout outs, shred outs, and I just realized that I've been looking at the wrong camera the entire time because you're over there. I've been looking at this camera for the wall cam.
Which camera?
Right, you're looking at the wrong one too. That's right there. That's us. Just down here.
Oh, there. Okay, yeah. Hi. Yeah.
That's it. So we're gonna hop right into it. Give some credit to these people. This is from @RockEPrincessin. Okay, I'm going to spell that out on the bottom. I may have got that wrong. But she wants to know, when writing songs, does it often happen that the riff inspires the lyrics, or that the lyrics inspire the riff? And are the lyrics based on something real and happening in your life, or mostly fiction?
Good question. Usually for me, because I'm not much of a lyric writer, it all starts really with riffs. And then we tie the lyric. I mean, I start with riffs. I make a demo out of that, you know, like I'll do the arrangement, and then we get the vocal lines with no real lyric, kind of like dummy lyrics, you know, over it. And then we start composing and writing the lyrics, and we discuss what they should be about and all that. Or if I have an idea, I'll usually tell, you know, the producer or whoever I'm writing with, you know, or the singer.
Right, there's a song I think you did that you wrote that's supposed to be on a follow-up Ozzy album, and you put it on your solo album.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, the song called "Don't Tread on Me." It was just a riff that I had, that I've had it for years. I thought it was a pretty good riff, and yeah, I just made a new demo out of that. And when I was making Fearless, I'm like, well, maybe I should use this now. And excuse me, and then I sent it to Dennis Ward, who's plays bass and sings on the record and also produces with me. And yeah, he wrote all the lyrics to that. Yeah.
Which is a great album too, by the way.
I think when thank you. I think what was Ozzy's idea for that? Because I had given him a demo. I think it was when the tour was starting out, and he was singing. He had a melody over that. I think it was called "I hate the weak" or "I hate the dead," something like that. It was like too long ago. I don't remember. But he had this lyric he was singing over there, which was amazing, like classic.
It got you excited about it.
I'm like,
right? You're like,
we should.
Perfect.
I was like, we should definitely do this. We should record this. But hey,
yeah,
it didn't happen.
Oh, gotcha.
And we wrote this other kind of like semi-ballad kind of thing. I wrote this song kind of like you know the song "I Just Want You" from Osmosis. I wrote that kind of type of song, and
great song.
Yeah, and it was cool. And I remember he kept saying like, yeah, I mean, we should definitely use those two songs, but well, yeah.
Maybe on the next Ozzy album.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. maybe definitely not.
Hope's out the window on that.
Yeah, I think that's over. Yeah.
So maybe for a reunion tour, you never know.
Maybe No More Tours 3.
No More Tours 3. Next question is from Herschel_riffs, HERSCHEL_riffs. What is your favorite piece of gear? But I'm going to go further on this. I'm going to extend this. What is your holy grail piece of gear? Because we all got it in our collection. What's your holy grail piece of gear?
It's the guitar, of course.
Well, I know, but what guitar, right? I'm assuming it's a guitar. But is there one guitar that is like your holy grail? It took you forever to find. You finally found it, or it means the most to you. You had to have it.
No, for me, I mean, because I feel blessed that I have the opportunity to design guitars with Jackson nowadays, and I mean, this is what we create together. This is my holy grail. This is my go-to instruments. It's not like at home I play something else, and I just show up at the gig. Oh, here's my sponsored guitar. I don't function like that.
Well,
all the sponsorships, all the endorsements deals I ever done in my life, it's because it's gear that I wanted to play anyways.
So it would be the new ones, the one that you make, the ones you make with Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense. Okay, you were gonna say something like that Gary Moore Strat you got. That relic Gary
Oh,
Moore
that
Strat.
one. Yeah, that's a very special instrument for me. Yeah, because I'm such a Gary Moore fan. Yeah,
It's a pretty wicked guitar.
It is. It's amazing. Yeah.
Which again, all under the same family. Fender owns EVH.
It is. Yeah.
Which owns Jackson. So you can say that. You know.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
That question. Last question is from at K20 Sedanzi. Wants to know, when you were developing your picking technique and practicing with a metronome back in the day, what steps did you take when certain things just weren't going your way, or you found yourself not making any progress? How'd you overcome that?
Good question. You just kind of like stick with it, and then if you reach a point where it's kind of like a dead end, it's best to kind of put the guitar down for a while. And I found that worked for me. I put the guitar down for a day or something, and then came back. And sometimes you just need that break. You just need your mind to get out of that zone and go do something else, and come back and then play again with fresh mind. I will say this, if you're kind of like stuck in a specific BPM when you're practicing a lick, and you just got to keep working with that, and then until it becomes sort of I don't know, like a second nature kind of thing, and then eventually in the coming days, as you practice that, I found that worked out for me. Like it was easier and easier to reach that BPM, and then all of a sudden I could raise the tempo,
right?
And just play it faster. I think it's just putting in the work. That's it, and just keeping at it. Yeah, I never found there was some shortcut to that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. What did you think for you?
The same thing. Walk away. I walk away for a day or two because I'm doing the same lick, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'm getting bored, or I'll try to jam over something to get something completely different. And I think George Lynch said the same thing. He said he has so many times where he said, I'm putting the guitar down for a couple of days. I'm not doing with this. Yeah. You got to refresh it.
Yeah, you have to, man.
It gets tough.
And I think that has to do a lot with that. Us guitar players are very impatient. Like you hear a great solo, and you're like, I want to play this instantly. And it's just not happening. You got to put in the time. It's it takes time to learn all this stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. We were discussing something. You have a new project that you were thinking about working on.
Yes,
this just happened. This is breaking news. On Talking Shred.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard about, right?
Yes, no. This is an exclusive for you. It's my new project, and it's called Cat Metal. And it's a brilliant idea that I've had. And I've developed it on the last flight over here to Namm. I've had a lot of hours to kill. So I was thinking about my cats and how much I miss them, already. And so I thought I'll come up with this band called Cat Metal. I don't know who's going to be in the band, or maybe it should be anonymous, or maybe I'll come up with characters, And I'm going to come up with songs and write. I'm going to write about things I love, which is my cats and their behaviors. And I think a lot of people will resonate with that.
So what are some of these songs titles people can hear for Cat Metal?
Well, these are some early ideas. One is called The Cat Who Was a Shady Motherfucker.
Always those?
Yeah. One is called Your House Is My House. One is called Fat Cat, obviously. One is called Roommate from Hell. What else? Of course, the Malakat. Because Malaka is a Greek word. You should look it up what it means. So
okay, maybe our viewers can help us out. Comment below if you know what that means.
Yeah. The Traitor. It's about the cat that he loves you and everything, but as soon as a stranger walks in the room, he just loves him. So he's a traitor.
There's a lot of cats like those.
Yeah, and the ballad is gonna be called "You're Perfect to Me."
I can hear that on the radio.
Yeah. So
crossover hit.
I don't know, man. If there's now that people are hearing about this, if they would like me to proceed with that and do it, let me know.
What would be the name of the album, you think?
The debut album will be called Cat Metal.
Okay, so self-titled.
Self-titled album.
You get for the first album, you probably should do that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Let's see about the second one. I don't know, but I don't want to jump ahead too much. But
and if anybody even tries to take that idea, it originated here first, and it came from him. Yeah. All right?
We got the rights, bitches. Yeah.
You will be persecuted if you You take it. Okay.
Don't touch our cat metal, please.
What's the one guitar you wish you never sold?
What's what?
The one guitar you wish you never sold.
I never sold any of my guitars.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right, well, that question's off the wall. We were all so lucky to have sold at least one guitar.
I had a JCM 800
Okay.
head that I sold back in the day, and I wish I hadn't done that. Yeah. I don't know how are they hard to get these days?
No, Marshall will probably just give you one for free, so you
But,
don't have to worry.
yeah.
You never had that issue. Okay, better question. How would Gus G define shred?
Oh man, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Do you have a theory about that? Being Mr. Shred yourself?
Oh gosh, no one's ever asked me to define shred. You think
I
they
mean,
would have, right?
I mean, you call yourself Mr. Shred, so
I know. That's the worst thing. I made that up. Everybody calls me that. My Namm badge says Mr. Shred.
There
The
you have
lady
it.
literally said, Mr. Shred? Who's? What? Okay, all right. Well, thank
you are Mr. Shred officially.
So wear that crown nicely. So
Yeah, man.
That's me.
I don't know what is shred. I guess it's that it goes back to that era of in the '80s where everything had to be faster and faster, and it was about playing like a virtuoso musician who is obviously playing very fast and very technical things, and I guess that's the American slang for it. He's shredding, I guess that's where it comes from. I'm Greek. You should teach me about that.
Well, I think you're pretty much on there.
Yeah.
Solos. That to me I think there's different kinds of shred. Mm-hmm. There's like.
I guess it defines like a very well played.
Technical ability.
Yeah.
Technique, speed. But then there's just like core elements like melody, structure.
Yeah.
Sometimes just people wank a whole lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere. So there's different elements of shred,
Yeah.
which could lead you into other things too. I know that we did the Red Beach interview, and there was a lot of controversy over what's a guitar hero, and everybody have their own opinions to that. And then I think there's that's kind of a tough question though, right? What makes someone a guitar hero? 'Cause I think that when you have, I'm not going to comment on that. I don't want to even. What do you think?
I mean, what is a guitar hero?
How would you define a guitar hero?
I think, and I'll take this, obviously in relation to, I can speak for myself. When I was growing up, like, what are my guitar heroes and why I saw them as guitar heroes? It was the people that inspired me to pick up a guitar, to learn a certain solo, just learn everything that I can about the instrument. So these people were my influences. So these were my personal guitar heroes. So I think, when we say he's a guitar hero or whatever, it's obviously somebody who's maybe influential at some level.
Influencing you, right?
Yeah.
So for guys
that's how I would look at it. It's I don't look at it as some superhero that flies around in a cape.
Not those anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. I think that's a really good way to put it. I
Yeah.
think that generations have different influential elements of players that inspire them to play, which they call shred hero. I think for us, probably have a lot of the same. I think for me, it's guys like Slash, because I think it's more than just playability. I think it's also persona, character.
Yeah, it's to do with the persona as well. Yeah. But I mean, these guys are like beyond guitar heroes. Like they're
icons.
They're icons. Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen, he's an icon.
Yeah.
Slash is an icon.
Yeah.
So there's just different levels.
Yeah. Like guitar hero, semi-guitar hero, wannabe guitar hero. I don't know, like what's the levels? We should come up with a list.
Your
like
mom's favorite guitar hero.
Yeah.
Right, whichever kid is.
Trailer Park Millionaires. So.
There it is. So let me ask you, where do people follow you at on Instagram?
Gus G Official.
Okay.
And Firing Official for the band.
Okay.
And that's it.
And we'll put that on the bottom here too. Also, you want to make sure to follow Morley at Morley Pedals, the innovators of wah. They got some really good things brewing on top of their already amazing lineup, and he's rocking a Morley right now.
Yeah.
You can probably play that in a little bit. And don't forget about Jackson Guitars, official Jackson Guitars, for getting behind this as well,
Absolutely,
hooking us up with this. This was last minute. They escorted us over here with this guitar off the wall at Namm. This is a freaking Namm exclusive. Talking Shred, Morley, Jackson. All right. Follow us. Follow me at Mr_Shred_. Mr. Shred's taken, and it's an account that doesn't even really exist on Instagram. It has one post from like 5 years ago.
Why don't you just do it Mr. Shred or the Mr. Shred? Hey.
Don't anybody take that damn name. You just inspired some kid to say, "Oh, I'm going to totally do this right
or
now."
Mr. Shred Official, or
someone actually took Mr. Shred Official.
Then you are the Mr. Shred.
Yeah, they took that. I'm like, oh, real clever.
No, the Mr. Shred, does that exist, or
the Mr. Shred.
Not
THEY. They is the Mr. Shred, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe you can edit this
what's
out
gonna
so
be
nobody
funny?
steals it.
If I change it, everyone's gonna go to these interviews and go, okay, so this old one was Mr. _ Shred _ I'm gonna take that. And guess what? He's promoting me in all his interviews because I gave that one away already.
There you go.
So I guess at the end of the day, we're gonna let someone take the Mr. Shred. That's gonna happen.
It's up to you, man. It's up to you.
It's tough. Well, I gotta tell you, thank you for doing this interview. Tonight we're gonna kill it tomorrow, right? For the
Looking
House
forward
of
to it.
Blues, and I heard it's almost a full house. Almost all tickets are gone.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you don't know who's gonna pop up in the crowd. I hear someone may be there. My fellow brother in Shred plays for Rat, Mr. Jordan Ziff, may show up there with some other buddies of mine. So it's gonna be a killer show. Angel Vivaldi.
He's gonna be there. Absolutely.
That's gonna be.
It's gonna be a Shred fest, as Mr. Shred would have said.
That was very well said.
Or it's going to be Shredtastic.
Or Shredtacular.
It's going to be a Shredtacular extravaganza.
That's actually good. Or Shrednificent. Shrednificent.
It's going to be Shrednificent.
I'm running out of Shred puns here.
Yeah. Well,
you know how hard it is to make those damn puns?
Man, I bet you sit there for hours and like working it out.
Working in those captions on these posts take a lot of time. And I'm like, how am I going to word this? Blisteringly Shredtacular, scorchingly. How can you describe heat with a fretboard?
I don't know. How?
I'm running out. Fretboard aerobics, fretboard fireworks show.
Fretboard gymnastics.
Or, right, how about a shrift? I made that word. You can't take that. Urban Dictionary published it.
Congratulations.
That's right. How about this? How about you play us out?
How about it? Let's do it. Let's see if this thing is going to stay in tune.
And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for watching Talking Shred. Thank you, Morley. Thank you, the mighty Gus G. Thank you, Jackson Guitars. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.